All right. Let's see if this actually works. Hello, guys, gals, and non binary pals. And we're off to the races. Hello, I'm Tiana Wren Hansen. Everyone who's here at the moment already knows this, but I'm going to get in the habit of it because that is what you are supposed to do, I'm told, as a streamer. So, hello and welcome. I am a variety streamer. I'm going to be hanging out doing a whole bunch of different kinds of stuff. And today we're going to be playing Vampire Survivors, which is basically just. It's an interesting game. You run around and you shoot off things that are dangerous for vampires as all kinds of waves of enemies come in. So, we're going to start off fairly simple with one of the earlier survivors, I guess is the best thing to call them. Also, at some point, my cat is going to recognize that I'm talking to someone who isn't him, and he's going to come over and hang out and be himself. That is my boy. That is just kind of what he does. All of them. All of the boys. I don't need to specify. It's just all of them. So, we're going to go ahead and head over to the game. I'm actually rather pleased that this is... Well, I'm not going to jinx it. Don't jinx it. Not a good thing. So, we're going to dip over here. All right. Let's go. What do we think? Do we want to go with the character that starts with a whip, a magic wand, a bouncy rune thing, knives? Knives. I like knives. Knives are fun. Why don't we go ahead and go with that? Yeah. We'll go ahead and start off in the Mad Forest because I haven't cleared that with him yet. Oh, I see an incoming Sherlock. All right, let's go ahead and start with this. Also, please let me know. That's a... which... I imagine you're talking about... Okay. Cool. I'm going to turn that up. How am I sounding now? Is that better? Am I louder? I'm just going to keep talking into the void. We'll figure it out. I am quiet. That's interesting. All right, Mr. Microphone. What is going on? Can you hear the music okay? I'll just tweak it up over here. How is this? Is this a better volume for me? Howdies. All right, sweet. Thank you all so much for being my beta testers on this particular endeavor. I'm honestly okay with that. Like, that's fine. Lurk as much as you need to, my dear. How's this for the audio? Or the music, rather. I can tweak that up a little bit. I can also turn it up in the game. There's all kinds of ways to do this. I'm learning so much as I go. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. If y'all see anything that needs fixin', let me know. I am still figuring all of this out. Sure, let's do the projectile weapon one. So basically, the idea of this game is you run around and you kill a bunch of things until you get killed. And sometimes, yeah, the goal is to try to make it all the way through to about the half-hour mark. So each of these matches... Well, you'll see, there is something that very definitively finishes the game at a half hour. Although there are ways to get through that, but we'll see if I can actually manage them. So this is the very first area, and I'm using one of the earliest characters, because I like guy who throws knives. I am a simple NB with simple desires. And so every minute... So, keep an eye on the counter... can you all see the counter? You can. Good. Keep an eye on the counter up here, because that is where, no, it's the timer. And every minute, a new wave comes in. So, that's always fun. I'm gonna try to keep my cursor out of the line of sight because that annoys me. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of predictable when it comes to, oh gee, the person who wields a lot of knives is my go-to. Look, it's better than the one that you can't really control at first. There's one that I actually like to play a lot who's tricky to play at first because he just... Alright, so... pin that thought. So in this game, there are weapons and there are buffs, basically. So here I have the duplicator, which allows you to fire more projectiles. Spinach, you get more damage. And the King James Bible, which orbits around you, killing things. I like to make the area around me an aura of death, because then it's hard for the things to get close to me. But one of the best ways to do that is more knives, more projectiles. We love to see it. Yes, the blue things, so all of the, like, jewel things that you pick up along the way are your experience. The most common, especially early on, are blue. Later on, you get, green with slightly harder enemies, and then red with really hard enemies. You can also pick up money to... upgrade your characters outside of the game, and then it's a permanent upgrade. I'll have to show that later. We'll see how many rounds of this I play tonight. I may just do 1 or 2 and call it a night, but I don't know, it's been a while since I've gotten to, like, just sit down and play this, and I feel like... excuse me. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I can do more things when it's work, right? So I can do something that I enjoy because I'm also doing it as a streamer, which is work. Those swarms are great, by the way, for getting a ton of experience very quickly. Because you just sort of carve your way through them. It's great. So when you kill off a bigger enemy, you can find these treasure boxes along with the red jewels that you get. And you can get 1 upgrade, 3 upgrades, or 5 upgrades on the really good ones. So this is a lot of fun. More knives! More knives! Yeah, I always try to run direct. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can evolve your weapons if you have the right weapon and the right upgrade for it. So the bracer is the correct upgrade for the knife. So if you get that and then max out the knife damage, then you get a new kind of weapon, which is basically just gun made of knives. And I'm here for it. I love it. At some point, I will be taking a break just to try out the BRB stuff. Oh, good. I get to take a quick break to boot. Let me see. How do I do this? I don't want you to go away. Why are you not? All right. Let me just... Also, I need to make one of y'all people my one of my moderators. There. Now he can go away. He, she, they. Indifferent. Great. Now that's stuck. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, there we go. Had to drag it all the way over. Go figure. Alright, cool. Now that we've had... That is a rite of passage right there. That getting your first ever bot. I'm flattered, I guess. All right, and we just run around. So how has everyone's day been? TGIF, anyone have any fun plans for the weekend? I'm going to be going out to an SCA event about an hour and a half from here, called 12th Night, where we put the new King and Queen of the West on the throne. So that'll be fun. Ah, goody. I do love the pomp and circumstance of the SCA and how, you know, we have traditions that go back, you know, 50 plus years. Hey, sleeves! We love a good sleeve. Is it the sweater I'm thinking of? It's nice and nice. I don't like how cold it is around here, but I also have become a weenie when it comes to being cold. For those who don't know, I moved down here from Alaska, and I used to deal with cold. Let me see. Do I want to skip? I kind of do. So many sleeves. All of the sleeve islands. But it's cold enough around here that I can wear sweaters pretty much all of the time if I want to. And I do. I enjoy wearing sweaters. I don't know if it's because I'm queer or just because of where I grew up or whatever, but I default to a layered look almost all of the time. Can't really tell because my microphone is covering where the sweater comes down, but yep. Sweaters and layers and sleeves. I love it. It's true. Sweaters are incredible. And they're even better when they are, you know, made for you by someone who loves you very much. I enjoy just running around. Damage, damage, damage. It's great. Yee. Love you too. Ah, yes. So at the 5-minute mark, you get kind of trapped. Well, not kind of. You get trapped into the center of this ring of flowers. And of course, if you touch one, it hurts you. And good old praying mantis over there trying to eat our faces off. But I am too powerful for her. Her? Probably. That's the stereotype, isn't it? Oh, goody. More electricity. Yeah, Andrew over at Inspiration Point actually did a thing one Christmas, I think it was, where he gave a copy of Vampire Survivors to all of the patrons because he was like, this is a great game. You all should play it. And so I'm playing it and having a grand time doing so. I have sunk about 120 hours into this game, which is shockingly easy to do in like half-hour increments. Yeah. It's nice to be part of communities where people will just like randomly do cool stuff for each other. Yeah, I'm very fortunate in the communities that I spend time in. So, yeah. It's a pretty great game. It's one of those ones where, like, if you know anything about vampire lore, it's even funnier in some ways because then you're trying to guess what exactly these things are that are coming at you. Like, I'm not sure what these... I call them plant people, the green ones. They remind me of plant people, but they also could be cultists, I guess, which tracks. Cultists follow me, like, pretty much everywhere in all of the stories that I'm in and tell and stuff. I think these are, like, yetis or wolfmen. Hard to call that one. But yeah, just sort of trek on through. Now, I could be following the arrows that are along the edges of the screen to go and get basically like a free pickup. But for today, for this one, I'm just kind of tooling around and just, you know, laying the schmack down. Because one of the disadvantages of actually, like, heading for goals is that at a certain point you're kind of under-leveled because you're trying to get places quickly as opposed to actually, like, building up the XP dumps. So, there are there are levels that I want to like go into and just like go digging for all of the stuff that I need to find. This is not one of them. I have been through this level many times. Not with this character, it turns out, though. Maybe that's what I'll do today, is just like clear this level with a bunch of the characters that I haven't cleared it with. But yeah, it's a bullet hell game that you just run around beating things up, and it's fun. So, shout out to Andrew, you were completely right. This is a great game. I am a bad streamer. There's like 5 other places that I could have posted the I'm going live thing, and I just didn't. You know, maybe next time. This is a first stream. We kind of dip our toes in first. Yeah, that's a good point. And especially later, there are times where there's just like 5,000 things going on and going on so fast that it's hard to keep track of each individual thing. But being at the center of the screen and everything else moving around me makes it a lot easier to keep track of what's going on, because I definitely feel the same way about it being a bit overwhelming sometimes. Especially when you get like the massive waves. Like later, there's waves and waves of skeletons. Right now, there's waves and waves of... Have we figured out what these things are? Some kind of like wolfmen or something. But yeah, it's basically like the game is trying to just overwhelm you and you know, make it so that you can't progress further. The nice thing about being overwhelmed is that there's a lot of it is a target rich environment, as some of my characters would say while eyeing Fireball. Yee. And they get all clustered up. It's very nice, which can be very difficult if you're not leveled appropriately for it. But it's great fun when you are. It's true. I am new at this. I'm still figuring it out. Like, there's a part of my brain that's like, but I'm not new. I've been doing streaming for years. But it is very different to do it by myself. You know, when I can show up at Quest and Chaos and just like let someone else handle all of the technical side of things, it's very different than me sitting here most of the day today being like, right, how do? What do? What's going on? I don't know. But it's good. It's good for me. Like, it's good to know how it all works. Like, even with my simple setup, just having a bit of greater appreciation for what it is that the QNC crew does. Like, not that I'm ever not appreciative. Like, I adore everyone who works behind the scenes at QNC to make it so that we can tell the stories. But, like, I have an even greater appreciation for what they do now, because it's like, whoo-wee. There is just so many, like, it's the little details too, right? So I have one more open slot for a buff, so I don't know what that's going to be yet. I was tempted by the crown in the last pickup, because that that makes you gain an experience much faster. But I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see if there's something that can evolve one of the weapons that I have that turns up. And of course, the moment that I think to myself, oh, this isn't too bad, it's not that hard to just talk, that's when my brain is like, ha 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 ha, no. That's just the way it goes, isn't it? Aha! So here we have the evolved knife that is basically a gun that shoots knives constantly. It's great. I love it. Look at that. Look at that go. More knives! Give me all of the knives. You know, people get a little bit worried when I say things like, ooh, bladed weapons. I can't imagine why. I've never really understood that. Hey, skeletons! This is honestly one of my favorite areas to just, like, You could just tear through these like tissue paper. Just rip them to pieces. It's great. It's fun. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some people think that femmes with knives are scary. I have no idea why. I think I'll keep leveling up the garlic, because when that finishes doing the leveling thing, I can pull life force from the people that I am brutally knifing. I don't know if that is any more or less dangerous, but here we are. Whee! Ah, big amount of money there. That was, I think, like 1,000 coins, something like that. This is when it starts getting a little bit trickier, because we just hit 12 minutes, and now we're going to like full werewolves, which do not come in as big a mobs, and also are, as one would assume, harder to kill. What I really need is silver daggers. Those would be fun. Ayy. So one of the things that you can get later in the game, and I'm at that point with how much I've played this game, is the ability to have cards that add extra effects to your weapons. So this one affects, let's see, the only one that I have this would affect is the ebony wings. This one has a chance to freeze enemies up to 3 bounces. Sure, let's go for Chaos of the Dark Knight. I do enjoy good chaos. Yeah, it's like good trouble. Good chaos. Ooh. Do I want to revive again? I think I'll leave that. So, one of the things for the evolve stuff is, like, sometimes you have to get 2 weapons and a buff in order to evolve it, and that's a pain. But tiramisu is always one that I keep an eye out for that. Ah, this is the evolved garlic, where I am sucking the life force out of people. Steals hearts, literally. I'm just over here like, you know, very Phantom Thief there, except it's a little bit more literal. All right. Yeah, so we're at just under the halfway mark through the allotted time, and this is when things start to get much more like visually difficult in a lot of ways, because there's just a lot that happens. Like, we have ghosts coming through, and they come through and they're pushing the wolves into me, and they're all just trying to overwhelm me at this point, but you know, gun that shoots knives. This is actually one of the easier versions of this that I've run into. More holy water. And see, sometimes it gets like so visually dense that I don't see obstacles like that tree that I just ran into. I just always imagine whoever my survivor is just being blinded by all of the stuff that's going on and just like running face first into things, because that amuses me tremendously. Just hoover up all of that tasty XP. I'm actually kind of sad now that I didn't grab the crown when I should have. Oh well, I'll just wait until that comes back around. Probably level off enough between now and the end to grab onto that. Honestly, I think one of my favorite things about this game in particular is that it has a good power creep. Because things that were very difficult just like 5 or 6 minutes ago are now you just sort of breeze through them. So it's a cool power creep because you're getting stronger and you're able to like look back at the things that were once difficult for you and just well, machine gun them with knives in the face. And I like that. I think that that's a good indication of game balance, where it's like you start off feeling kind of not powerless necessarily, but not super powerful. And then you get stronger and stronger and better, and they're getting harder too, but not at quite the same rate as you. Not quite at the same rate as you are getting more powerful. And that makes it feel like a really, like a really great power fantasy. This is a 5 upgrade chest. Just so many things, just dumped. It's great, I love it. So, upgraded fire wand, upgraded bracer, just all sorts of fun stuff going on. So under the lanterns, you can find stuff like, so those lanterns, well, I can't look at it because if I look at it, I shoot it. There are various one-time use buffs. So like the one that I just hit is a cross that immediately just destroys everything that is on screen with you. Ooh. I just hit a gold rush, which means that all of the XP that I gather also turns into coins, which again I can use to perma upgrade my character later. Yeah, this is definitely the point where it starts to get super visually confusing. Alright, we are off again. I'm going to skip this one. But yeah, remember the praying mantises back at minute 5? Like, they're still a horrible thing to have to deal with. They're still hard to, like, cut down easily, but they don't take, 5 years to cut down. Which, correspondingly, they don't drop the red XP anymore either, but also there's more of them. So I just picked up like a really strong attractor orb that drags in the XP from all over the map for like 2 seconds. But that's really handy because like there's no way that I can pick up every single gem that the enemies drop. So it's helpful to grab those once in a while just to have that all get cleaned up off the map now and again. The game that encourages you to eat your spinach in order to do more damage to your enemies. I feel like this would be useful for one of my nephews. Alright, we're into minute 17. And, yep. The enemies are clearing down for the mummies. So this is about the point where I just, like, run around and gather up the stuff. Hey, good. I now have crown, which means that I will be upping my experience faster, which is great. I'm currently at level 49. I think that's above where you guys can see. And yeah, I like to try to get to level 100 when I play this game. It doesn't always happen, but I do enjoy it when it does. It's highly amusing to me. Money. Stab, 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 stab. So the fun thing about the aura is that sometimes I can just stand still and let them all come to me because they will walk toward me wherever I am. Like, they always just turn and follow me. And sometimes it's fun to just stand still and let them come to me and break themselves upon the aura around me. Tremendously fun. All right. More fire! It really is like this game was kind of made for me in a lot of ways, because it's knives and it's fire. Although there's a lot of religious iconography in here, which makes sense with vampires, but also, meh. Yeah, this is definitely just the... This is a screw around game. Because it entertains me. And I thought I had other things going on tonight, and then I decided not to have those other things going on because it would involve a hour-and-a-half drive there and then back again. I was like, meh. I'll see everyone tomorrow. It's fine. Excuse me. Little gassy today. I did just have dinner though. I had tortellini, which was quite tasty. Should see if the meal box subscription service that I use wants to sponsor me, because I'll talk about it anyway. But it'd be nice to get paid to talk about it. Yep, there is a lot going on in here right now. So right now I'm trapped kind of in the middle of it all. There we go. There's a lot of normal quote-unquote mummies, but there's also this big guy. I'm just gonna hurl knives at him until he stops moving, which, in fairness, is usually my strategy. Hey, what are we evolving? Hello, Andrea. Welcome. Ooh, goody. This is Hellfire. It's a higher version of the Fire Wand, which is tremendously fun. Yes, tear through your enemies, hear them wail before you. Are you familiar with this game, Andrea? Yeah, this is a fun, like, brainless game for a comfort game that I can just, like, put on when I don't really have anything else that I want to do. Because, like, I love Baldur's Gate, but it requires a lot of brain power and actually, like, strategizing and thinking, and sometimes I just don't want to do that. So this game is called Vampire Survivors, where you basically, you're running around killing all sorts of ghoulies and monsters that, show up in various vampire lore and other monster types. Like, I don't think it's just vampires. Those are just the ones that, like, all the lore is built around. So, I actually don't know what you guys can... Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It was a game that it took me a little bit to get into, like a really frustrating evening, because I was trying to treat it more like Dragon Age, and it's not. It isn't that at all. It's really more like D&D if you're playing D&D solo and able to just run around touching everything and talking to everyone. So... it's D&D with the most patient DM you have ever played with in your life. And I enjoy it quite a lot. It does require a lot more brain power. Oh yeah, no, there is actually a line that your character can say that is, cursed to put my hands on everything. And I want that on a shirt because I do. I just go around and touch all of the things and loot all of the crates. And still, somehow, I have, like, no money. I don't know how this happens. But, you know, here we are. Yeah, it's a much more thinky game because you have to be kind of strategic in how you handle going into combat. You can get, like, sneak attack rounds. You have to, like, really use the terrain, and the camera is the true BBEG. The camera is a true BBEG in Baldur's Gate because every time that you try to look at anything in order to shoot at it, it does not want you to. So that's definitely a point of frustration for me. I want to try it at some point with a controller. Yes, I saw that message in there. No, I'm not dignifying that with a comment. I want to try it with a controller at some point because I think that having the joysticks would help. And make it so that I can actually, like, see what I'm doing. Mods make a lot of sense. Like, this is a very mod-heavy kind of game, and so, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. That, the modding, like, my favorite domain, my favorite cleric domain, the Twilight domain, isn't in there, but someone modded it to be in there. So at some point, I'll probably play that on here, so I can play Keladri on this particular channel because why not? So for Andrea, it's harder to see at this point because frankly, there's so much going on. But every minute, the waves of enemies changes. So we've been having mummies and plants, and we just switched over a minute, so it's gonna be, yep, there's the bats. Yeah, there's apparently a mod for Twilight Domain Cleric, which is great because, I mean, that is my favorite domain in the game, mostly because it's very broken. It is very broken. Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies is a really good comp for this game, except that I think Plants vs. Zombies requires a little bit more strategizing, and this is basically just like, try to evolve your weapons, try to get weapons that play well together, determine what your strategy is. But it's also very luck of the draw with what comes up when you level up. So right now, all of my weapons and all my weapons and buff slots are full. So I can only level up what I have. Unless I go and get some of the things that are on the edge of the screen. But we've got 5 minutes left before, well, before this level will very abruptly end. You'll see what I mean. So there's not really any point. So at this point, I have maxed out everything that I have. I have 4 weapons evolved. So now I can just tell it to give me coins, just always coins. The purple zappy lines are coming from the ebony bird, and it's basically like it circles around me and shoots off a bunch of lasers, basically. The evolved fire wand is effectively the fireballs. I have the garlic fully modded up, so it is sucking life into me as I'm killing people, which is very vampiric and hysterical to me. And what did this evolve into? Ah, yes, the evolved lightning ring. Projectiles strike twice. So there's also like lightning that comes down periodically. That's from me. And now it gets to happen more and better. It's fun. Like that. Zap. Zappy zappy. So, you know, knives, lightning, and fire. Can't imagine why I'd enjoy this character, ever. Because all of the characters start with like a base weapon, and then you can gather up other weapons as you go, and it's tremendously fun. Zap zap. I don't think... I wish there was a way to play this with another person. Do like a co-op mode type of thing. I don't think that exists for this game, which is kind of a shame, because I think it'd be fun to have, like, the setup spell combos and stuff. So now at this point, whenever I level up, it'll just sort of do a little ding above me, but not give me any choices, because now I've just told it, just give me money, which I use to upgrade the character outside of game. So at this point, I'm just collecting as much money as I can get my mitts on. I just picked up a time thing that freezes everyone else so that I can just shoot them. Hey, big money. There we go. Actually, you're right. It is a very Plants vs. Zombies feel, because there's the mummies, there's a whole lot of different kinds of plants. You know, ghosts, plant people, and plants, and just there's all sorts of madness going on around here. And this isn't even the most wild that I have gotten a character to be. Like, I have gotten fully 6 weapons fully evolved. I'm 1 shy of that this time. And there are times where it's like, I can't even see my character in the middle of all of what's going on. I just hope that I'm not tripping over something. And sometimes I'll find the trip by not being able to move. And just go, ah, crap. Now I have to back out. Run! Yeah, it's a very chaotic game, especially here in the later levels, where you don't have to be, because at the beginning you have to be kind of careful, because you can't just run directly into things, you will die. But at this point it's like, I am a god! So I just run around and, you know, call down fire and lightning and stuff. Ooh, that's chewing through some of my health. Don't like that. Ooh. I pick up Burning Hands! So that's one of the buffs that you can pick up from the lamps, is effectively a short-term Burning Hands. It's great. So I have purchased a perk that allows me to do a free revive every game. I just want to last another like 40-something seconds so I can show what exactly happens at the 30-minute mark. I'm actually kind of under-leveled in a weird way. Because like this shouldn't be like getting to me the way it is. No! Oh, I didn't quite make it. Ah, darn it. Oh, well. But yeah, this is Vampire Survivor. So the question is, because this over here shows what I have cleared with each of the characters. So Antonio, I've done Mad Forest with Imelda. I actually never cleared anything with Imelda. That's funny. So these are all of the like early characters, and then you start to get into the fun ones later. And I never really came back up. Like Menya is one of my favorites. Weird as heck, but fun. Am I able to purchase any of these? Not yet. Okay. Fine. Goodness gracious. Just for funsies, let's go ahead and play Poe, because he starts with garlic. But he's also an old man, so he sort of creaks his way around the map. So this is how it begins, with you just being swarmed by bats. And then you gain more and more weapons as you go. Until it gets to, well, the cacophony of earlier. Let's go ahead and do the Four Seasons. That's from another old man. And Four Seasons is honestly kind of broken, especially in higher levels. It just takes a little bit to get to the higher levels when you start with that one. But well worth the patience. Sure, I'll try to evolve that. Why not? I said earlier that you're not able to just like run into things with at the beginning. It's not quite true. If you have garlic from the beginning, because it's those constant little white lines around you, you stink. You stink of garlic, and people don't want to get near you. Okay, take your time. Whee! There we go. Yeah, they call it Santa water, as opposed to holy water. I'm not sure why they call it that. But yeah, it's called Santa water. But it is... it is basically holy water. It makes the area that it lands in uncomfortable for creatures of the night. So that's what makes the glowing patches on the ground. Oh, good. I can evolve garlic. Excellent. So my goal with this one is to try to evolve all of the weapons that I have. I may not be able to do that though, because I don't remember what evolves the season's weapon, but we'll see. It'd be fun if I could. It really is fascinating how concepts of time just kind of warp in weird ways. 'Cause apparently I've been streaming for almost an hour, and it does not feel like that. I'm just hanging out, having fun. Okay. It's a candelabra and one other thing, I think, that evolves that. I think. We'll find out. There's a way to look it all up. I don't care enough. When I'm going for, like, trophies, I guess? Then I care. When I'm going for trophies, I care a lot more about, like, specific circumstances and stuff. Like, there's one character that you can only unlock if you've killed like 100,000 enemies in a single run with a single weapon, with a particular kind of weapon equipped. So that's always fun. Yee. More Santa water. What's an essay, Lady Bedivere? Missed something. Which, you know, not unusual for me. Oh, noted. Thank you. I will ignore it for now then, thank you. I'm looking forward to when I get the adapter in that I ordered today, because I was very graciously given another monitor, so I can have 2 monitors, but I don't have the right adapter or the right plug-in yet for this particular computer to just plug it in. So that's going to have to wait until the adapter comes in, which will be sometime tomorrow, and I'll be out most of tomorrow, so I won't be able to do much with that yet, but you know, so it goes. See, and I have the opposite problem, actually, because my computer doesn't have proper HDMI ports. It has something different. Yeah, I went ahead and just ordered it, because it'll be here sometime tomorrow, and it was like, I don't know, 12 bucks or something. But yeah, the monitor that I have, which is over here right now, it has an HDMI cable, but my computer does not have an HDMI port. Yeah, I think it's a DP. I am having to learn so many things so quickly for all of this. It's kind of entertaining. I spent most of today just fighting with Canva and trying to figure out how to make the overlay that is sitting on the screen right now. Part of it was you cannot export transparencies unless you're a premium member. So I'm on the free trial right now to try and get that sorted. Honestly, the juxtaposition, I know the little black cat was one of my favorite finds. The juxtaposition of the cute overlay with the game that's being played is very funny to me. There was like another little critter in the template that I found in that corner, and I was like, no, that's not me though. I almost got rid of the mushrooms in the bottom, but I was like, I like mushrooms well enough. Mushrooms are cute. And if I decide otherwise, then, you know, the template saved on Canva. I hope. It wasn't earlier today when I was looking at stuff, which was another of my frustrations. Oh, good to know. Thank you. Because one of the things that I am definitely weak on is anything that is like graphic design. Terrible at it. Working on it, but most of what I'm able to do is just like it's just like pulling in various elements and being like, this looks okay together, I guess. God, in Photoshop, excellent. Yeah, I need to look more into what's available for video and graphic editing. Video and photo, I guess. Because the more that I'm doing this sort of thing, the more that I realize just how useful it is to be able to, like, make your own thumbnails, to be able to, like, put that sort of stuff together. And I know that I can do that in Canva, just, like, import my own stuff and export from there. But I feel like I'll have more fine control with something like Photoshop or something like that. So, you know, we live and we learn. Definitely one of my, like, New Year's resolutions is to get better at that kind of stuff, possibly by doing, like, a Skillshare series of classes. Now that I have my shiny new computer, I can do more video editing, more audio, better audio editing. Thank you. I do truly appreciate that I am in community with people who are much better at this stuff than I am, and who are willing to like idiot check it for me, because I don't know why photo editing is so like my brain just cavils at it. Video editing's okay, but I'm really good at audio editing, so like the difference between where I'm at with video editing and where I'm at with audio editing is like the Grand Canyon in a lot of ways. Not to say that I'm that good at audio editing, I'm just that bad at video editing. I can do it. I've even gotten paid to do it, but tedious. Tedious is a good word for it. And then, you know, I look at people like, you know, Thomas over at QNC, where it's like he's very good at it, and he'll just sort of lean over, glance at it, and be like, oh yeah, no, there's your problem. I'm like, someday. But, you know, it's all a matter of practice and experience. I'm not down on myself for what I don't know. I'm just acknowledging what I don't know and determining ways to fix it. And, you know, where it's worth it to me to fix it. Burn! That's a good point. I am very good at hearing where things are supposed to be and getting them the way that I hear them in my head. I don't picture things. I can't picture things in my head. So it is harder for me to like, it's one of those like, corporate wants you to find the difference between these two pictures. And I'm like, I don't know. There isn't a difference. There is. I just can't see it. Well, and it's fascinating because, like, I'm also in that quote-unquote kind of lazy bucket where it's like, you know, it would be so much faster if I learned the right way to do this. It's not going to happen, but that would be faster. And, you know, maybe it'll happen at some point. No! Ah! Alright, there's my one free revive. I don't know how far I'm gonna make it with this guy. I'm pretty decent at this game, and I am getting my butt kicked. I think, I mean, not that I mind the, not that I dislike the company. I would be, it'd be hysterical if that were the case. But it definitely is different, like, chatting with people while I'm playing the game. I think it's not even that you guys are distracting me, it's that I have to think in 5 directions at once. That is a shirt. Deebs, you should totally make that. Honestly, I've been finding it kind of easy to chat while I'm doing this. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have such lovely company from these people. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. When Greg is out to get Deebs by wrecking her counting, which is just mean. I don't know if he's here or not. I will be highly amused if he is. I mean, I could know. I'm just not looking right now because, nah. Greg is 100% a menace. Hi, T. This might be a game that T would really enjoy, to be perfectly honest. Because, I mean, very, very frequently I will just, like, when I'm not playing for a stream, this is what Yahtzee Croshaw refers to as, like, a dad game, in a way. Because I can, in a sense, turn off my brain and just roll with it. So I often play this while listening to podcasts or things like that, because it gives my hands something to fiddle with while I'm doing other things with my brain. Wonder if we can summon Greg by commenting on how much of a menace he is to our knitting counting. I'll be highly amused if that turns out to be the case. Do I pick up the cursed item? Kind of tempted. Yes, I'm remembering to stay hydrated. You know what? I'm gonna die anyway. I might as well pick up the cursed item. You know, lick the science. All the things you're not supposed to do. Whee! Also, definitely one of the things that's... Because, like, I very seldom look at the chat while playing, you know, Call of Cthulhu or any of the games that we live stream over at Q&C. I do when I'm running Fab, but I'm not, like, staring at it or paying that close of attention to it, except to, like, catch it in the corner of my eye. It's fascinating to me where the difference is in timing, like, what you guys comment on and where I'm at. Ooh. I'm not going to be able to level up with the guns with the tiramisu, so I think I'm going to get the cat. Gatti amari. I think that's Italian. I could call Alessandro and ask him, but I'm lazy. Gatti amari. Oh, that was... I always forget that Gatti amari actually does have, like, the cat meow when it goes out to do its mischief, which is sometimes hurting you in the process, by the way, because cats. I forget that it actually meows, and it sounded enough like Billy that I turned my head to see where he was. But yeah, there's the kitties. Kitty, kitty, cat. A kitty, kitty, cat. Billy's around here somewhere. I'm actually kind of surprised that I don't have Cat shoving to be in my lap, because they were doing that earlier when I was working on Canva stuff, trying to get my attention. Yeah, no one under the table. I'm sure that the moment that they realize that I'm... Oh, no, because I see Sherlock asleep on my chair over there. Maybe they're appreciating the quiet. No, seriously, I have seriously considered getting a cat cam that, like, hangs out over here, because Sherlock and Billy both like hanging out on my desk right next to the microphone stand, because, of course. That is a very serious consideration. Setting up a cat cam for them so that occasionally I can be like, here, I'm tired of you having to look at my face. Let's bring in the cat. I might even, like, set up a bed on there. Yes! That would be so good, Lady Bedivere. I'd love to see you do a painting stream. I have several minis that I desperately need to paint, but, you know, ask me when I have time or energy. Ah! No! Ran face first into the werewolf. I didn't even see him there. Alright, so we're going to try this out. I am going to go to break. We'll see how this works out. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone. I am back. I do love the idea of having like a chill and get stuff done kind of stream day. Those sound like a lot of fun, to be perfectly honest. Also, Andrea, if you need to get rid of knitting supplies, hi, I'm more than happy to take them off of your hands. Yes, exactly, Danny. Houses are box shaped. That's how this works. All right, let me see. Technically correct is the best kind of correct. So I have a slew of survivors to play as today. Anyone have any opinions on what you would like me to play? The ones that are colored in, I own, and the ones that aren't, I don't. And I've played varying degrees of most of them. Karachi actually kind of reminds me a lot of Karlak. Now that I'm actually looking at her sprite, that's her sprite? I think that's a him. Who cares? Demons. So for the other ones, I have to do certain things like defeat a total of 6,000 stage killers, obtain infinite corridor, obtain the Crimson Shroud, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of little things. This one I can actually buy right now. So I'll just do that because I have a ton of gold. Porta. Sure, let's do Porta. Porta starts off with the lightning ring, which is interestingly difficult. Is one of them a dog? Kind of. Cavallo is a... I believe Cavallo is... Oh, no, you're right. Oh, Soul is a dog. Because, sure, why not? Yeah, Shimoon is totally a Encore Vivant character. Like, look at that. That's basically Natalie. Come on. You know what? I have never tried this one. Let's try Shimoon Ita. Why not? And we'll just go ahead with Mad Forest because that's easy enough. Is there anything specific to her weapon? And there's no... Oh, wait, yes. That one. Alright, get my cursor out of the way. Oh, cool! Look at that! Oh no, I may have just found my new favorite character. Glass Fandango. Yes! Oh, that's cool. That's a very cool weapon. Oh my gosh. Nope, yep, new favorite. Lady Benevere, we're gonna have to tell Encore Vivant about this one. Glow stab, glow stab. Like, trying to aim it is kind of tricky. But who needs to? It's fun. Especially when, you know, paired with knives. Oh no, you are completely correct. This is a Thirsty Sword Lesbians character, 100%. Let's do the Rune Tracer. That is a diamond thing that just bounces around and randomly whacks into people. Because we have the force of God and physics on our side, apparently. Oh, that's cool. If you can, like, do a flip around while it's stabbing, you can stab around you. This is a journey of discovery today, and I am here for it. Ooh, more projectiles. Yes. Give me all of the projectiles. This is fun. Yeah. The bracer allows me to level up into a gun that shoots knives, which is kind of my perfect weapon. I don't know what... I wonder what evolves this particular weapon. I'm sure it'll tell me when we come across it, but I'm curious. Because some of them, it kind of makes sense. Like, you combine garlic with the heart, and that kind of makes sense in a weird way. I love the glass sound effects with this thing. Like, someone on the sound design team went and just broke a bunch of glass, because one of the problems that I run into with editing redacted reports is that I'll just do like the same sound over and over again. Keen-eared listeners will observe that occasionally. These are not all the same glass sound effect. There's at least 3 or 4 different ones. Especially if you can get them in like rapid succession. Oh no, it's stabbing out further. This is dangerous and I'm here for it. Yeah, I really should build a crash box. Like, I've thought for years at this point that when pumpkin season comes around, I need to just get several pumpkins and record the splatter sound effects, because I always need those, but also just like maybe go to a place. Oh, interesting. If I stand still, it stabs in all directions. That's cool. I've often thought that when pumpkin season comes around, I need to just like buy 3 or 4 of them and go out into the backyard now that it's kind of passable, and hit them with a sledgehammer just to get that very particular sound that is just very good. But really having a crash box so that I can create the different kinds of crashing sounds that I want would be great. Yes, punching a watermelon, and not just Lady Benevere. It was not just punching a watermelon. It was reaching in and scraping out the innards and then looking up. Because yes, your idea for that was that I was becoming more and more unhinged, and that was like the culmination, which fair, very fair. Full feral. I still think that would be a really funny TikTok series to do. The full feral Foley artist. Ooh, too many F's. Your talent for alliteration is much better than mine. Oh. That's not true, and you know it. You have several skills. You're not wrong. Too many R names is certainly one of the banes of everyone's existence when it comes to the redacted reports, especially when there's like 3 RO names, and it's like it's like when your mom goes through all of the names of the other kids and the family dog before she gets to you. Which happen to be fairly frequently. And I'm like, Mom, I'm your first. Why did you have to go through the dog's name before you got to me? Dun. I see you, John. You're not gonna get up on my lap. You won't fit. But yes, and to go back to a much earlier question, he certainly can try, and I will probably be bleeding when he's done with that. To go back to a much earlier question, look, if people want to go and do unhinged Foley sounds and get a good recording of it for me, I will never say no. A friend reached out to me the other day because they had told me that they were working on getting like the metal growl for in their voice, which I think is just the coolest dang thing. And I was like, well, you know, let me know when you get to a point where you can do that comfortably with your voice without hurting yourself. I'd love to get you to do some like growls and stuff. And they were like, actually, I've been working on like animal and gremlin growls for a long time. Is there anything in particular you want? And I was like, oh, I will never say no to a good monster sound. Give me whatever you are willing to let me put into my library to use. I am happy to take. Because I collect all kinds of things. Pins, dice, weird sounds. As certain people in this chat can attest, there are times where I will just stop dead in the middle of a conversation and just listen with my head cocked to one side and be like, hang on, I need to record that. Hello! I'm Mr. Oh, that's a cool name. I'm Mr. Crazovocal? Hello, mister. It's good to see you. Welcome to my particular brand of chaos over in this little corner of the interwebs. Just doing some surviving. Hi, John. No. Mr. Crazy. Cool. Thank you. I can work with that. For those who don't know, John is my... How big are you now, dude? 23 pound tabby cat. He's a big boy. He's a heavy boy. And there is not enough space between the edge of my lap and the desk for him to get up here without hurting both of us. But I have a feeling he's going to try because he just did a jump up to put his paw on my leg and reach at my hand. So... And it's unbearably cute. Maybe that's where I'll put the cat cam, is under the table. So that you can see who's hanging out underneath there. Because at some point there's going to be a cat cam, like, I can't not. I just think it's funny that I went to all of the effort of putting a little black cat on the side of my overlay here, and the black cats were not the first ones to come and visit. A shame. Stamp. Maybe that's what it is. They're like, I don't need to come over and prove anything to your audience. I'm already here. I've been here the whole time. Ooh. Summon Knight. That's a new one. I'm sure I've run across that one before. I must have in order to have it, but... Oh, cool. Smash. See, my cats are... I don't know if my cats are weird or if I just have, like, a different kind of a bond with them. Because, like, my cats act more like... No! My cats act more like dogs than I was led to believe cats actually would. I am the editor and producer on a horror podcast called The Redacted Reports. So, monster sounds are kind of part of it sometimes. Every once in a while, I just, you know, need a good visceral growl going on. But yeah, I do a lot of sound editing work, mostly in the sphere of podcasting. Hi, buddy. I mean, yes, I'm also one of the players on it. Rowan is by far and away one of my most favorite characters that I've ever played, and there's been some contenders. Ooh, yeah, let's do some more glass projectiles. But yeah, I spent a lot of time staring at wave files. Which, you know, I enjoy doing that. I get a lot of joy out of making cool sounds. Like I sent an episode to the group earlier today for last looks, and I was absolutely giddy about the sound effect that I had managed to pull off, because what I was looking for wasn't anything that I was going to be able to find unaltered, so I was able to make it happen with slowing down another sound effect that I had found, and I was very pleased with how that turned out. So it was definitely a squee happy editor moment. That's cool, Mr. Crazy. What kind of music do you make? I enjoy music. I play some music, sing more than anything else, but I do enjoy other people's stuff. Oh, cool. That is not a genre that I know a lot about. Sure, I'll bet it's big in Germany. It's not a genre that I know a lot about, but I can only admire people who are making the cool stuff. The Germans, they have the secret knowledge. The secret knowledge, the hidden knowledge. Ooh, did I just evolve something? Yes! Bracer turns into gun that shoots knives. Bahahahaha. I will have to look that up. I'm always interested in hearing new kinds of music, and yeah, opening up my horizons. I mean, I can see why you thought Dr. Peacock with a Mr. Crazy in the room. Easy mistake to make. Frenchcore. What is Frenchcore? I'm learning about all kinds of new music tonight. It fascinates me just how many different kinds of subgenres of music there is. Like, I'm not into like super heavy music most of the time. But I do like what I've heard termed symphonic metal or symphonic rock, depending on who you're talking to. I mean, do you call it music? Because, I mean, I don't know enough about the genre to say one way or to other, but, you know. If it gets the point across. That's fair. Yes, but does that melody need to be pleasant to listen to? Because there are things that are considered music that I don't find very nice to listen to, but, you know, other people like it. And like any kind of art, I imagine it's kind of subjective. I am not telling my cats that you said that, Mr. Blue Sky, because they do not need the encouragement to sit outside of a closed door and scream at 3 in the morning. But from a certain point of view, you are correct. See, I try to avoid mechanical... I try to avoid, and I give Dan the look when he describes mechanical sounds in redacted reports, because, anything that I have to listen to that gives me a headache in order to find the thing can be a challenge. You know, things that you don't think about until you're an audio editor. For example, I have a very difficult time. It's one of the reasons why agents are no longer allowed to have dogs, because if I have to go and listen to it, fun fact, happy dogs sound like angry dogs half the time, and I don't do well with that. So, yeah. Ooh, fire! Lots of fire. I mean, I think that anything that is done with an instrument can be considered music. It just depends on whether or not it's a kind of music that speaks to you specifically. Because, like, there are times when there's nothing quite like a good thrumming bass line to really, like, speak to the core of how I'm feeling at that moment. Ditto with a wailing guitar or a soaring violin. Like, it really just depends on where I'm at. And then things that I consider music, other people don't. Level 10,000. Whew. I am both impressed and terrified. How long have you spent playing this game, Mr. Crazy? Because this is a fun game. I think around 120 hours into it, and I'm having fun. Yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but also I think meaning is in the eye of the beholder. Where it's like, does it mean something to you? Does it do something for you? Then it's art. Like, there are pieces of modern art that I look at and just kind of, like, raise my eyebrow and go, really? Okay. But it does something for someone. Not me. But, you know, I'm not gonna... I try not to yuck other people's yum unless that yum is hurting people. Honestly, I started live streaming this because I had intended to live stream Dragon Age Origins today, and then I realized that I really, really did not want to try to do that without a second monitor, and I'm waiting for an adapter to come in for the other monitor. But yeah, my plan with this channel is to be a variety streamer, just to kind of do whatever strikes my fancy. I'm going to be doing some solo TTRPG games, playing Dragon Age Origins, probably going to start up a full run of Baldur's Gate 3 at some point, which may or may not have people spectating and being like, yo, Vanna, try over there. Mostly just because I find it hysterical to have a real-life Navi. But yeah, my goal is to do a little bit of everything around here. And sometimes that means, you know, on a Friday night here in the States, when I'm just trying to get up the nerve to do this, because this is my first real stream, throwing on a game that I know and love that doesn't require a whole lot from me mentally. Although I will say, in some ways, Dragon Age Origins is going to be very easy for me. Because I'll be able to just narrate what my character is saying. Hey, listen! Hey, listen! That will be my one requirement. Whoever is spectating and helping is going to have to occasionally, not all the time, unless they want to, say, hey, listen! Ooh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that kind of looks like werewolf teeth biting from above and below now. Let's get that cursor out of here. So unprofessional, Vanna. You gotta make sure your cursor isn't on the screen. Chomp. There's so many pointy things happening on the screen right now. Like, the only, like, rounded thing going on is the circle of garlic around me, and that is funny. I guess the Santa water, too. Sure, let's raise some damage. Let's bring some pain. So I actually have two different kinds of monitors. Oh, that's funny though. I just looked at them and they're both Dells. One of them was provided by the people who live here at the house, who are getting rid of the big desktop computer that they've had, and that's the one that's over here that I don't have hooked up yet. And the other one is on semi-perma loan from Lady Bedivere. But they're both Dells, which is hysterical. I think that the one from the house here is just older, and that's why it doesn't have the connector plug-in that I have necessarily. It's really just fascinating because, like, I didn't even think about the fact that, you know, older monitors use HDMI and newer ones just don't seem to, and that's really interesting to me. Get some sleep, Mr. Crazy. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that you'll come and hang out more often. It's always fun to hang out with people from the other side of the globe. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't think my stream elements told me that, or if it did, I didn't hear it. Thank you so much for following, and get some good rest. I'll need to have a look at settings later. It may just be that it's not loud enough to be heard over all of this, and I'll be able to follow it better when OBS can be on a different screen than I have the game up on. Good night, sleep well, and we'll see you next time you're around. No, the second one, Michael's getting rid of the desktop, so he is passing the monitor over to me. So that's the one that's been sitting in the house for forever. And it might even be more than one gen newer, to be perfectly honest, because I don't know how old this computer is. It's old enough that Ellis has been very irritated with it for some time. These plant monsters are hysterically funny to me. I don't know why. Yeah. Gonna need to remember to start wearing fingerless gloves when it's this cold. But this hand is getting pretty chilled. Cause that's I only have to play this game with one hand. The other one can just hang out. That sounded very bad, and I'm just gonna toddle on past that. Yeah, the graphics are really fun in this. It really gives a visceral sense of like the kind of damage that you're doing. Like I think I could turn off the number generator. I just don't want to because I love watching the numbers fly across. It gives me the sense of, yes, I am killing these things. Die. I am leveling up way slower in this run than I have in previous ones, and that is interesting. Because usually, like, I'm only 3.5 minutes out from when the thing happens. And usually by now, I'm just gathering coins and whatnot. I'm still, like, trying to level up all of my stuff. That's interesting. Hello, Pujington! Welcome! Thank you for coming and hanging out, friend. Yeah, this is my first time, like, properly streaming. I have, like, test streamed before, which you will never find on the internet because I made it go away as soon as I was done. But that was mostly me testing, like, lights and sound and stuff. Yeah, this game is so much fun. My friend Andrew gave it to all of the patrons of Inspiration Point. I don't even remember when he did that, but he was like, this game's great. Everyone should have it. And it was a game that I could actually play on my laptop, so I would sometimes play it when I was at gigs, and people would look over my shoulder like, what are you doing? Killing vampires. Except that's not true, at least in these levels. Okay, noted. Coins total. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, the problem, one of the things that I'm running into that I need to play with a little bit more is figuring out what the proportions are to fit into the screen and fit into the overlay. Because I like the overlay. I like how clean it makes things look and, like, gives the tone in a weird, like, the tone of the game does not match the tone of the overlay kind of way. But trying to fit the game and myself onto the screen on the overlay is a little bit of a challenge. There you are. At the very least, I don't think I'll be able to... Fujington, you're good luck. You came in and I got a 5er. But yeah, I need to play. I know, the treasure music is great. Yeah, that's a good point, Danny. I need to be patient. I need to be okay with the fact that I'm not going to get it right. Right, whatever in the heck that is. Right out the gate. I'm just delighted that people are coming along and hanging out with me this fair Friday evening. Yeah, and definitely dealing with the 2 monitors is going to change the ratios. But yeah, I may well call on you, Lady Bedivere, at some point to be like, hi, I can't figure this out. This is definitely more of the graphic designer side that I struggle with. Because, like, I can tell when it looks bad, but I can't tell how to fix it necessarily. All right, we gonna make it to 30 minutes this time? We just might. Getting close. Come on. So it looks like with this weapon, you can just stand still and let it stab around you, or you can move around and do more of the, like, concentrated fire in one area at a time, which is very cool. Pushington, have you seen this particular? Have you played this particular character before? I hadn't before, like, tonight. I unlocked her tonight, and she is great. I'm having so much fun. Oh, there we go. So this is the Reaper. At 30 minutes, in this level at least, the Reaper comes and finds you and murders your face off. I know! A lot of Lady Bedivere was saying earlier that that this character is totally a Thirsty Sword Lesbian's character, and she is correct. Neat! New achievement. Love achievement. Yeah, no. Absolutely hot. Like, this is her here, is She-Moon, which is just such fun. Yeah. Let me see. What do I want to play next? See, here are my unlocks. Find the yellow sign. Do I have to? I don't want to. So I know that it is possible to deal with the Reaper because one of the trophies that you can get is reach minute 31, and the Reaper shows up at minute 30. So there's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is. So I should say if I can do this one. Banish 20 or more weapons in a single run. Sure, why not? All right, any opinions from the assembled about who I should play? Porta was mentioned earlier. I can't tell. They start off with the lightning ring, which is cool, but a little hard to roll with, and I love it's an interesting kind of hard. There's the dog. I don't remember what that weapon is. Oh, Sol Mio. A soul meal. Yeah. Any thoughts from folks about what I should play? Just drink my neglected tea. So that whole, I didn't make iced coffee, but I left it alone until it was. The time frenzy weapon. Which one is that? We're gonna have to chat strategy at some point because I didn't know that you played this game. I'm actually gonna get Dan to record a clean copy of Hippie's Hydrate for me, just to have as like a thing. You know what? Porta was mentioned earlier. Let's do that. I've already done Mad Forest with them, so let's do Inlaid Library. Let's do a new area. Why not? All right. So welcome to the library. I find this one difficult in a lot of ways because you can only go along the corridors. So you have less room to like run around in. I remember the first time I played this, I was just running like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Just like this string of oh no all the way down the corridor. I should do this one with Poe sometime. Start off with the garlic. That feels like that would be fun. Also, I am going to let's see. There's a question mark in this one. So when you pull up the map, sometimes there are things for you to find, and that question mark intrigues me. So I'm going to head in that direction. After I collect some more XP from over here, because I may never come back in this corner again. That would be a fun, like, merch item of sorts if we could ever figure out how to do it. Like, there's a bottle of alcohol that I found at a Total Wine that has a light on the bottom that you can turn on, and it turns it into a snow globe. Very pretty. I bet you could make something that would yell Hippie's Hydrate at you once an hour or so. I don't know. Feels like that could happen. That just sounds like a lot more work than I want to put into that sort of thing. I am already the struggle bus to keep up with the things that I do. And then, of course, I add one more thing with streaming, because it would be really expensive. Like, I'm trying to even think about how that would work. And it's something that you would never be able to put in the dishwasher. Maybe I'll talk to Sandro and get him to make an app that does that. You know, one of those like water tracker kind of apps that you can get. Do that, but with various voices from the redacted reports telling you when to do things. That'd be fun. And apps are a little bit easier. Well, if not easier, then at least less physical product. Yeah, but a light blinking is very different than having something that actually like talks. Because with that, it's just a light, and trying to do something with a little speaker would be more expensive and take more time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'd be I mean, yeah, there would be the Rowan, you're not wrong. Of course, the Hippies Hydrate. I'm sure there's something else of Dan's that we could pull in. We'll have to put that out to the crowd mind, to the hive mind at some point, and be like, yo, what are like the key phrases from everyone? Because we all got them. Never mind, you are 500% ahead. Why, I'm not at all surprised. You do run the merch. Sure, let's go with that. Oh yeah, no, that evil little giggle that he does, especially when he gets the hee-hees. Oh. I should be continuing toward the question mark, but there's so much XP back over here. And this is how you go around and around and around in a loop forever. Oh shoot, I should have picked up the garlic. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah, that'd be a great patron reward at some point, just that zip file. Something to put into the dark months. That will be fun. Getting into the hanging out time. Don't mind my neighbors, they're being a titch noising. Don't know how much anyone else can hear it, but I can hear it through my headphones, so I'm not sure how much other people can hear. I also recognize that I'm much more sound sensitive than most other people, so, you know. Ugh. Lightning bolt. It is kind of killing me to leave all of that XP behind. But if I don't, I will just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and I want to know what that question mark is. Ooh, hello. Cool. And I mean, this, the microphone that I'm using is not my usual microphone, which is both good and bad, because my usual microphone is better at directionality. So, like, it has a very specific cone of pickup. This one does not seem to have that. So it picks up things that are coming from the other side of it as well. Much better than my microphone usually does, so. You know. We will upgrade as we go. And as decisions are made. Right now I'm working on a couple of audiobooks, so there will be no changing of microphones for a while. Thank you very much. That'll be fun. I hope you enjoy that trip. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the kitties. Get the kitties. Ooh. Okay, this is the question mark over here. Meow. The question mark usually is in the form of something in a coffin. And now I'm going to find out what it is. Hello. No, you're not going to drive me away. Terribly sorry to disappoint. All right, let's find out what this is. Ooh. What was that? Hang on a tick. Yeah, that was a question mark. What did I get? Did I get something? Yeah, I love the cat weapon, even when it hurts me, because it's like, this is just, it's just so correct. Although, definitely some sound designer for this game has a cat. Because those are very realistic cat noises. Realistic enough, anyway. You know, if you take the cat noise and run it through a filter for this, it's pretty great. Stamp. Well, I got something from that. I don't know what it is. We're gonna find out at some point. Assuming it, well, even if I don't survive this, I got the thing. Thward. The kitty cat noises are just... Yes, that was turkey. That is your health item. Excuse me, it's not turkey. It's chicken. They specifically call it out in the... in some of the menus, where it's like, what is all this chicken doing lying around? I don't know, but it's healing you up, so... That's fine. Don't question too much. It's fine. Everything's fine. Sentient broccoli. Wonderful. Greg! Hello, friend! I am glad that you were able to join in. We were hoping that we could summon you by talking about how often you mess up DB while she's trying to count. Goodness gracious, I'm leveling like crazy. You do know lots of numbers, and you sometimes even say them in the right order. Most of the time you don't, though. Whee! Yeah, this is definitely a game that, like, encourages you to eat your vegetables, because, like, one of the power-ups... One of the power-ups is spinach. I need to unlock that feature at some point, or if I have, I need to figure out where it is, because I want to know what these slime... Are they like slime monsters? Because that's kind of what they look like, a little bit. And also sentient broccoli. Lady Bedivere is completely correct on that. Is that a lion head with tentacles? Sir. It is such a bop. Ooh. That's a really good way to handle Christmas cards, Greg. I like that a lot. Do they have to? Is it like cops? They have to tell you if they're a lion head with tentacles? Is that how this works? I love it when the lightning ring gets fully evolved. It's so much fun. Cool, 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 cool. Noted. And then there's these things. I think they're supposed to be like Medusas, the green ones. But I don't know. Oh yeah, it is 12th night, isn't it? I mean, I know that it's around 12th night because I'm going out to the SCA event that's literally called 12th night tomorrow. Are the lengthy letters like lots of socializing but all at once, so you're trying to catch up on everything that they've done over the last year? Because that's kind of how those like, here's what we've been doing this last year letters always feels like to me. Look at all the cats! So many cats! This is my perfect space. Bunch of books, cats everywhere. Just occasionally have to clear it out of monsters, which justifies my knife collection. This is my perfect, this is the perfect place for me to live. An annual diary. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah! Books, cats, murder! I couldn't ask for anything more. Gonna walk around in a circle just picking up all of this stuff. Once I got over the horror of, oh god, everything is coming after me and oh my god, I have to, I really do like this level. Well, you know, the best traditions grow out of a certain amount of laziness. There was one time that I was helping my dad put up sheet insulation somewhere, and I got really bored because I just had to stand there and hand him nails when he asked for them. So finally I took a little piece of the flat insulation, stuck about 20 of the nails into it to make a pin cushion, put it where he could reach it, and then walked away. And my mom, who observed the whole thing, was like, oh, so it's not necessity that's the mother of invention, it's laziness. And I was like, ¿Por qué no las dos? Except I didn't know the meme at the time, because, you know, I didn't have internet at the time, I don't think. Tells you how long ago that was. Yeah, I will always tell any person who employs me that I may be one of the laziest people they will ever employ. One of the laziest people that they will ever employ, because I will find the easiest way to do something, even if it takes me longer to find it, as if I can replicate it. I prefer to find the easiest way to do things, but also I get super productive because I get bored really easily. So I will find the easiest way to do something, do it, and then go do something else. Yes, you are correct, Lady Bedivere. Alaska is always about... and the joke when I was a kid was always that Alaska was 10 years behind in fashion. I feel like that's gotten a little bit... the gap has a little bit narrowed in the intervening years, but even so. We will encourage you to develop the 3 great virtues of a programmer: laziness, impatience, and hubris. I love that. I am adopting that forever. Because, I mean, it's true. There's a certain amount of, like, both laziness, or, impatience and hubris that went into me just being like, screw it. We're going to actually, like, start streaming tonight, because if I wait until it's perfect, I will never do it. I know that about me, because, you know, there's a point where you just have to be like, we're doing it. And if it's perfect, cool. Automation, definitely the key to survival in so many things. Like, when the XP is just like the steady stream of sound, it does my heart so much good. I am currently up to level 61, since I don't think y'all can see it. Oh, there's a Medusa. Like a mermaid Medusa. That's okay. Most of the keys on my laptop keyboard are just constantly sticking, which makes editing very difficult sometimes, because sometimes I'll hit Control V and then hit the V twice. Oh, that's so irritating. That was especially bad for one of the projects that I was working on as a teleprompt operator with my laptop. Because I accidentally copied a part of the script into the prompter twice. And that wasn't found until we were live. That is not the time that you want to find that. And then I went looking through the rest of the script and went, oh no, it did it again. But at least that one I found. My keys are much more inlaid because it's my MacBook Air. Once I get everything transferred over to this computer, because now I know when the first, okay, here we go. Now I know when the first project that will require my computer to run off of is going to be. It's going to be in March. So once I get everything transferred over to this computer for editing and the like, I will probably take my computer in to get a proper, like, deep cleaning, like, take it to an Apple, like a Genius Bar or whatever the frick they call those things. And make them, you know, take it apart, clean it out, because I know what happened. I dumped most of a Dark and Stormy onto it. The fact that it still works is because I was very fast in grabbing the absorption materials. That was, yeah, not one of my finer moments. At least I was quick enough on that one to save the laptop. Yeah, not only did it make my keyboard sticky, it wasted good alcohol. Like, come on. Rude. I think I'm going to call the stream after I either die or complete this one, because I'm starting to get a bit tired of just sitting and staring at the screen, and my voice is getting tired. But I mean, if all goes well, that won't be for another 13 minutes or so. And now that I've jinxed it. Oh, hey. So this person that I'm currently beating up on is another survivor that you can actually play, the one who's on the broom. She's the one who comes equipped with the cats initially, and is honestly tremendously fun to play because, I mean, she flies. For those who are having trouble, she's on the right side of the screen with the pointy witchy hat. And down she goes. Honestly, that particular incident is why my keyboard and my mouse, I made sure to get the Best Buy protective warranty on them, where it's like, it doesn't matter what happens in this amount of time. If something happens, you can bring it back and get a new one. And I'm like, okay, I have 3 cats who like pushing things over. I should probably get this, because this keyboard was not cheap. It's a good keyboard though. I like it a lot. Because, like, I know Dan likes the mechanical keyboard sounds. I am exactly the opposite. I hate them. I hate that sound. Like I actually put something soft under the keyboard to see if that helps reduce the clicky clacky of me running the character with the arrow keys. So, so it took me some effort to find a keyboard that felt right. It had, like, the keys have the right weight, but also isn't super loud. Like, at Best Buy, they were trying to direct me over to gamer keyboards, and I was like, they all click. They're all loud, and I hate it. And, you know, aesthetically, I can understand the feel of it. I might get shot, but I think it's an older person thing because they remember typing on keyboards, or typing on typewriters. I think that might be at least partially an older person thing because that's what you learn to type on. My old keyboard did do the clacky clacky, but I've never liked it. But I also didn't associate it with a typewriter because I have typed on a typewriter. I'm not very good at it though. Touch typing and I have never gotten on. Is that really what it is, Greg? Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all if that's the case. To be perfectly honest, because, like, there's a certain nostalgia for the thing that you started on or grew up on. Like, as much as I love how powerful our monitors are these days, there is a part of me that will always kind of miss the, like, the size and the weight of the bigger tube monitors. I don't know why. I just do. Ooh, evolved Knight Sword. That's cool. Slash. Slash. And I think a lot of it is just because I am so sound sensitive. That, like, that constant sound, like, there was a bunch of yard work that was happening in my area today, and it was far enough away that I don't think most people would really notice it. I had to put earbuds in while I was working on stuff in the house because I was going insane. It was just so loud and so much for me. But, again, hypersensitivity on a lot of things, and it's getting worse. I don't know why it's getting worse. Maybe it's because I'm, like, training to listen for things more, and so, like, I got the alert feat, but also more anxiety. Who knows? Brains are weird and dumb, and I hate them. Oh, the cats are going to town. So when there's all of that slashing in there, all of the cats have gathered up to do something. Cats, fiercely independent. But, don't mess with a group of them. Just don't. Or do. It's entertaining. Level 81 now, and I don't know, we might make it to level 100 with this one. That'd be cool. It is within the realm of possibility, let's say. going way back to the conversation about ratios, I think that a big part of the problem is that I'm not able to put this game on full screen, because if I do, I can't see the things that I'm doing with OBS. So I think once I'm able to put the game full screen, I'll be able to show more of what's going on the screen. Ditto with Dragon Age Origins when I start that. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, I would like to start that. Mostly because it has been so long since I've played Dragon Age Origins, and that is in my top 5 games of all time. It used to be number 1, and then Persona 5 came along to give it a run for its money. But I downloaded Dragon Age Origins and then pulled it up and was looking at it and was like, there's no way that I can play this if it's not in full screen, because it just won't let me. Oh. What just dove at me? Hello, Baba Yaga. How did I piss you off this time? Well, don't let that one close to me again. I did not see her. Oh! Alright. Oh, that does it for that game. Oops. Hey! But I got an unlock. Hooray! Oh, that's 50,000 more gold coins that I kind of don't need, because I have a lot of gold coins. Yeah. That's a thing. But yeah, so I think I am going to call it for the night. We've been going for, wow, 2.5 hours. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out and being here for my first stream. This started off strong, and I appreciate y'all. I'm glad to have helped entertain you as you depart from Sleeve Island. Yeah, I'm gonna try to actually like set up a schedule once I have things a little bit more set up with the second monitor and stuff, and then we'll see what happens. You know, it's a learning game all the way around. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out, and I will see you next time.